Hey guys, hey there. How are you all? Everybody doing okay? I hope. It's been a minute since I came on live, so I wanted to come on live today and do this message for you. I needed more time than just the shorts that are available to us here on YouTube. I wanted to come on and just do a message. Today would have been my mom's 87th birthday, and as always, every year I come on and do a message to commemorate the life that she lived. And I want to come on and do that today. And then also to incorporate in that the passing of my uncle, William Simpson, over this past weekend. That was something that happened. So that was why I wasn't on with you guys on Monday. Our days are going to be now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I'll be on with you. So tomorrow I will come back and do our first word and a last word for you guys tomorrow, and then finish up on Friday. But I did need to come on and do the messages I've always done for my mother's, what would have been today, her 87th birthday. So today I want to stand in a space that is both tender and strong. Today would have been my mother's 87th birthday. And while my heart carries the weight of missing her, it also carries the evidence of her. I would not be the woman that I am today if it had not been for my mother, Janice Inez Simpson. As I go on to talk about the Simpson clan, this clan of very phenomenal women and men that I come from. So I'm so thankful that I was born into this lineage, if you will. When we talk about honor, guys, sometimes I think we get it mixed up with thinking we're going to do something extravagant in terms of honoring someone. But I really do believe that it is how you live your life that honors your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, even in my case that I knew them and they knew me. Let's go on. Because to honor someone is to recognize that they planted that what they planted in you it still lives on, is what I want to say. Honor means to hold in high respect, to value deeply, and to live in a way that reflects what was poured into you. And I try to live that every single day that I am here, and sharing on this channel with you on YouTube what has been poured into me. Always going back all the way back to my great grandfather, Reverend or Pastor William Wiggins. I probably would not be again the woman that I am today had it not been for them pouring into me and being raised up in this clan of Simpsons. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so honored to have all of you come on to this channel and listen to me in any wise. There was a little notification, as a matter of fact, to let me know that today is my 15th year of being on YouTube, if you can believe that. And so that's an honor that I am still here and still making an impact. Let me go on so that I don't keep rambling, guys. Today, I want to honor my mother. I want to honor my family, the strength of the Simpsons, a lineage that taught me what it means to stand, to love, to endure. Even now, I realize something even deeper. There are three oldest siblings now that are hanging out together, and that would be my Uncle Jeff, who passed in 2017, my mom, Janice, who passed in 2019, and now my Uncle William, who just again passed this past Sunday. And so it is not lost on me, as I was sharing with my aunt, Nancy, that I only have now at this point my aunt, who is 13 years older than I am, and my uncle Alvin, who is my rock, my hero, if you will. Those are my last two siblings of uncles and aunt that are left living from this clan that I grew up in. And so it's not lost on me that at soon to be 64 years old, that my family really, really is becoming smaller and smaller every time I blink, if you will. So I have this deal with God that He would allow some people to hang out with me for a little while longer, because there's still so much more that I need to glean. But again, today we do honor my Uncle William, who just passed on Sunday, and we honor my mother, Janice Inez Simpson, who passed in 2019. And as I think about my uncle's passing and I think about the fact that my family is decreasing, I am reminded of this very strong woman that raised me. Um, as I was talking to my cousin Tara on Sunday, I believe it was that we spoke about this strength that we have and how hard edged sometimes that we are as women in the family. But I think that is partly due to the fact that we were raised, we weren't coddled as women. And sometimes that can be a detriment, certainly, as I can attest to that, if I were to be very honest with you, because it's often. It's not often, I should say, that you have the opportunity to turn that switch off, that you default back to the feminine side because we've always had to be very strong. And again, that was just the way my mother and my grandmother and how I was raised in this family. So, all of that said, let me continue on, guys. And today I honor my mother and I honor my family, the strength of the Simpsons, a lineage that taught me what it means to stand, to love, and to endure. Even now, I realize again something very deep, and that is that all of the older siblings, all three, and they were stair steps, are all together now. Again, the first to be leaving us is my Uncle Jeff in 2017, my mother Janice in 2019. And now, again, as I mentioned this past Sunday, my Uncle William Simpson. They are reunited, and somehow that truth holds me. That is what strengthens me, just knowing that they are together. There's a question in my heart today, and one that feels heavier than words, and that is, how can I be brave when my heart is heavy? You know, that is a question that I ask myself because every time I've received a call that someone close to me has passed, I've been on the road as I am right now. I am not at home in Cleveland to have been able to help sort of buffer the news of the loss of my uncle for my aunt very specifically. I've always been on the road, and that is a good thing in so much as it's allowed me to do some really good things for the people that I love. But there has also been a great sacrifice that has taken place because I've not been there. And it's not lost on me, as I've already mentioned, that everyone that is close to me is now leaving. They are transitioning on to something far better than being here on this earth. But I still understand how hard it is sometimes in regard to loss and grief overall. And again, it could be the loss of a person, it could be loss of a marriage, of a something that you hold in high esteem. You thought that was going to happen for you, but you feel now that it never will. We're going to be talking a little bit more about grief and loss very specifically. But let me continue on, guys, because I do want to get off of here very quickly. There's a question in my heart today, one that feels heavier than words, and that is, how can I be brave when my heart is heavy? How do I stand when grief tries to pull me down? But then I hear the word of God rise up in me, and it says, let be and be still and know and recognize and understand that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations and I will be exalted in the earth. And that is Psalm chapter 46, verse 10 from the Amplified. And in that stillness, I realize I don't have to strive. I don't have to force strength. I just have to stand and know. And that is what, if you're going through any sort of loss today, I want you to stand and know that He is still God, despite what you may be feeling right now. His word says again, He will never leave us, nor will He ever forsake us, but He will be with us until the end. So I hear my mother saying, and I've over the last week or so been kind of listening and hearing some of the things that my mom said to me. I don't hear her in the spirit, so don't misunderstand what I'm stating to you. Because if you're hearing somebody in the spirit, that's a ghost coming to you. That is not of God. So I just want to say that I'm not seeing ghosts or anything like that. But I often hear some of the lessons that my mother has shared with me over the years, and one of them is that as I am still, I hear her. I hear God saying to me, don't strive. Stand in strength, stand in the love, stand in who it is that I raised you to be. I listen to that and I watch my mother stand, if you will. And watching her stand, I remember this song that I heard, and I think it's possibly still a popular song now. I love you for 1,000 years. Even now in my memory, all of my doubt begins to fade. My mom's response to me as I was questioning today, what is going on? How am I going to be able to go on? I heard my mom say to me, darling, don't be afraid. I've loved you for 1,000 years and I will love you for 1,000 more. And in that same breath, I hear God echo, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for I am with you wherever you go. That is Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. And before you ever took a step, I loved you and I will love you beyond every step that you take. And that is what God is saying to you today. And that is what my mother is saying to me now. She will always love me. I think sometimes we may interpret our person that has left us that all of the love that they had for us somehow is now gone as well, but it isn't. It is still echoing in your memory. It is still echoing and reverberating in your heart. And that despite the fact that you don't have them physically here, you have the memory of who they were to you. That is here. You have the love that they shared with you. You have all of that. And if they were saved, then I also know that I will see them again. And so in that, I take solace that I will see my Uncle William Simpson again. I will see my mother again. I will see all of my forebears that went before me. I will see them again. I'll even see a child that I buried at a very early age, the age of 18. I will see my son Chad again. And so that being said, I don't weep, I don't mourn, I think as a lot of people do in terms of grieving, because I have the knowledge that I'm going to see everybody that I love. I'm going to see them again. Because honor is not just remembering my mother in this case. Honoring is becoming, it is living in such a way that her love still speaks through me. And if I am standing today, if I am or have any strength today, if I have faith today, it is because of the fact that she did good when she raised me. Mom, I have loved you for 1,000 years and I will love you for 1,000 more. And as time keeps moving, as grief and grace sometimes walk hand in hand, I hold on to this. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years, and I will love you for 1,000 more. Every day, I am one step closer to seeing my mother again. And I can't wait until I see her and see all of my family, all of the Simpson clan that has gone on before me. I can't wait to see my son, Chad. I can't wait to see all the people that I've loved and lost, but I still hold their memory in my heart. And I thank you guys for indulging me and listening to me today. I want you to have a fantastic day. And as always, we close out this last word. And the only word for today was Shana Tova Shalom. That is sweet peace in Jesus' name. And again, we know the word shalom not only means peace, but it also means nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing ever lacking in your world. That is truly my heart's prayer and desire for you all. I will see you back here tomorrow, guys, for the first word and a last word. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.